Hey guys, it's been a couple days. I've been a little bit busy, both around here at the house and at work. Thankfully, what needs to be done around here is basically just cleaning. I am happy to say that Mama's back to her normal self. She's got her friend Carla over to do cleaning. Being's Mama's very, I don't want to say limited, but she does have her issues and makes it hard for her to clean her bathroom. I mean, mom does her laundry, mom does um, her basic pickup. But when it comes to having to stand or stoop or bend over or do a lot of scrubbing, basically, it's hard for her to do. So Carla is here to do it for her. It's kind of a trade off because mom lets Carla use her vehicle when I don't need it, when Jerry's not here. Um, we have trade offs, basically. I mean, it's almost like a barter, I guess, a form of barter system because, like I said, it's trade off. But one of the things that happened Friday, 2 days ago, is as I was getting ready to go to work, I got outside to drive Carla home because Carla borrowed the vehicle Thursday when I was home. So Friday, they came over, and I was gonna take them back to their place, drop them off, and go home, or go home, go to work. Yeah, it feels like a second home sometimes. And Carla pointed out the two hawks that, well, I know one of them flies overhead. I didn't know we had two of them, but they were perched in a tree on the very top parts of the tree in the field next to the house. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough to add a photo um, into the video here. But Friday was good. I mean, it wasn't a crazy normal bar night for a Friday. It was more like a just a generalized. Oh, trying to make myself comfortable. I'm sorry. A generalized day. Just not like crazy busy college kids coming in after the bar or anything like that. Granted, I was only there until 11 p.m. and usually bar rush starts about 11 p.m. ends to 2:30 because first it's the bar rush, then it's just the general people who are done working at the bar coming home and trying to grab a bite to eat. And the only two places open after midnight in Rolla is Taco Bell and McDonald's. Um, Sometimes Wendy's is open until 1 a.m. Um, but that's usually on weekends. That's not usually, well, Friday and Saturday are weekends. As you can probably tell, my brain is a little, yeah, not here. Um, for you who've never seen me on a regular basis, as you can tell by the hair, it looks like I just woke up. No, this is how I am when I'm not working or when I'm not plan. Well, I didn't really I didn't plan this, but I did plan this. I guess you'd say. I wasn't. I'm not thinking about my hair because it's like I'm home. I'm relaxing. This is something I do for, I guess, fun. Combination of fun and just to get thoughts or whatever off my shoulders. Excuse me if I yawn. Last night, I was supposed to work 4:45 p.m. to 1 a.m. and one of our closers called out. Um, don't know why. I wasn't the one to deal with the call out, but they asked me if I could stay a little bit later, and I just kind of went, how much later? You want me to be here 12 plus hours? Okay, sure. Why not? I need the money. That and the factor, I have no reason to come running home. I mean, I knew mom was doing better, so I wasn't too wasn't too worried about mom. Excuse me if I just stuttered. Um, and Jerry Ann's not here, so I have no warm bed, body, whatever to run to. Yes, I do. I do love the fact that I can come home to Jerry Ann and her presence and her ability to keep me from going because it was a hectic night. Thank God it wasn't. I actually got home around 1:45 ish, one between 1:45 and 2 in the morning because it was dead. And granted, the labor was the labor was high because we had so many people and not enough business. So basically, once I got the bulk of the dishes, except for the last minute closing dishes, done, um, my supervisor, manager, however you want to put them, told me that if basically told me at 1 o'clock that if I had gotten everything done, as soon as I got it done, I can go home because we were so dead. And I figured, okay, if I basically do all your dishes except for what's sitting on the service board, will be kosher. And he goes, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, you put me up to a challenge, and I will attack the challenge and do my darndest to complete the challenge. I mean, it's a challenge enough as is to deal with some of the customers that come through the drive-through. I mean, but to be able to do a challenge, something like that, that's sorry, I keep on looking at a it looks like a bite on my arm. Put me up to a challenge, and it's like, okay, you obviously do not know me that well, but I have been told by multiple managers that I am one of the fastest people when it comes to certain things, and dishes happens to be one of them. Um, so I do what I like I said I do what I have to do, and I do it as quickly as possible. And even with having to rearrange the kitchen area because I don't know why monkey see monkey do it does not work at Taco Bell. Taco Bell has no logic, no common sense, and no. One of the saddest things is no real good teamwork. I mean, it's like I come into work and I look at what it looks like and go, okay, so this goes there, this goes there, this. I have no problem with that. So many other. Granted, I'm not a kid, but a lot of these kids who do those dishes, they'll just oh, I'm just gonna throw it here or throw it there. I'm not even gonna try to arrange it or make it look nice or put it where it looks like it should go because there's a bunch of them right there in front of me. But I'm just gonna set it off to the side. How is it that you see identical items in a spot with yet you don't want to put it in the spot with the identical items? You want to just throw it wherever you want to and make people look for it when they need it. There's a reason why things go in certain places because we all know where it is, and instead of having to search for it and go, oh, they all must be dirty when there's three of them not dirty, but they're not in the right place. So it's a combination of not wanting to put it in the right place and not wanting to look for it if it's not in the right place. I don't get that. That and a factor, I don't know how many times I've had to drain the dirty water, find a bunch of dishes in there, spray off those dishes, put clean water into the sink so I can clean the dishes. If the water is brown, red, or anything but clear or milky white, which means the detergent is either running low or did not mix properly, it's dirty water. Drain it. You cannot clean jack squat in dirty water. Same with the sanitizing water. If the sanitizing water is becoming cloudy, it looks like you've got white particles floating around in the sanitizing water. It needs to be changed. It's no longer properly working. That and a factor, who in God's green earth cleans dishes with cold water? Now I can understand if you don't want piping hot like I like it, But if it's cold water, it feels like you've put ice cubes in the water. You're not cleaning anything but your hands. And even that, you're not cleaning. The water needs to be either piping hot or lukewarm. It cannot be cold. It cannot be room temperature. It has to be warm. It has to be at least, what does the book say? Anywhere in between 98 and 105. If it's any colder than 98, it's not going to clean. If it's too hot, you're going to burn yourself. Um, I don't understand this. It's common sense. But maybe common sense nowadays with this new generation. The I wouldn't say Gen X because I'm at the beginning of the Gen X generation, but it's whatever this new generation is. These mid to late '90s babies, these teenagers, basically anybody born after I won't say '98, maybe '99, being it's 2008. Well, yeah, they were born in the late '90s, early 2000s. They're this new generation that don't have any common sense. It's one thing that a lot of the latter half of the Gen X and this new generation are either labeled latchkey kids, which I kind of was. Of course, I was a teenager by the time I was taking care of myself or watching myself between mom going to work and dad coming home from work. But yeah, it's either they're a bunch of gimmies or I noticed this the other day. I had a couple cars go through the drive-through with parents ordering food for kids. There must have been some sort of event or something like that. And most of these kids, most they were teenagers. They were old enough to work at Taco Bell. Were not engaging in anything. Their faces were, heads lowered like this, faces buried into a phone, electronic device. Now, yes, I am bad with my electronic devices and whatnot. I love playing my games and whatnot. But I'm aware enough of the environment around me to at least engage and be cordial. Might not be totally 100% um, social. I'm not a very social person, at least not one on one. I'm not good in groups. I get a little paranoid and like, where's my exit? Um, but these kids nowadays are so locked into their video devices, their electronic devices, that they don't even lift their head to say hi. Don't even lift their head to basically realize that mom's trying to hand you a soda until mom basically either hits you with the soda or calls out your name. And you barely look up like, oh, okay, give me that. But anyhow, those are my thoughts of the day or the moment. Yes, they change time from time to time. Manic depression this time of year affects me, mostly because of the weather. My aunt Joyce has the same issue, but much worse. She literally has to sit under a UV lamp for a couple hours or so a day, or whenever she feels that she needs it, because she suffers from seasonal. It's a seasonal disorder, and I can't remember what it's called. And basically, it usually affects people who live in certain regions or the weather, like I can be affected by the weather, affects them. And depending on the severity of the issue, oh boy, I'm running out of time. I'm gonna have to make a double video on this. Depending on the issue, depends on how she has to deal with it. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and basically sign off. If you enjoyed the video, hit a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the bell, and it will let you know when I post more videos. Any comments, questions, or whatever, I will look at and decide what to do. I've had a couple requests, which I'm probably going to work on here in the next day or so. Cooking videos would be very difficult because I do not have a tripod. Anyhow, I will see you next time. Have a good day. God bless.